Welcome back, my chosen ones. I hope that you're feeling so blessed and so loved. Today, we're going to tap in. We're going to find out what messages we have for you. We do have Mr. Newton here and also Zeke. They're going to bring in a lot of positive, calming energy. They're getting along really good, and especially in Zeke's area. So that's a positive. Okay, we're going to start out with an angel card message and an angel number. Then we're going to move on to tarot. Look at harmony. Yes, we all want peace and harmony in our life. Angel number 121. Embrace harmony in your life. Seek balance between your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Yesterday was the new moon. Energetically, you may have been feeling just exhausted or just kind of foggy in the brain, maybe irritable. Some of you might have a boost of energy to clean, to rearrange things. Just follow what your intuition, where it's guiding you. No way, no way, no way. Look at, we have Ace of Pentacles and we have Nine of Pentacles. This is your abundance. And I know that this just came out 2 days ago about your abundance, but this is the divine. So for any of you that feel that it's not coming for you, this is the message, that this abundance is truly coming in, this overflow. These are all of your blessings, just not money. It's happiness, it's joy, it's peace, it's love, it's harmony. Okay, it's definitely this peaceful energy that you've been longing to live for. And with the Nine of Pentacles, this is the divine bringing this to you right now. There is so much in store for you. And again, this is this overwhelming feeling of not just a little bit, but a lot, this complete overflow. What a wonderful way to start this video. I knew it was going to be good when the boys were definitely getting along. Newton says no, but they are. Okay, so we have the Hermit, and I want to read the energy because I feel like this is going to be more of a personal reading. Can you please tell me a little bit more? And I'm going to use multiple decks as well. Okay. Look at this. Okay, so we have the Hermit. We have the Death, which is your rebirth. This is your new beginning. This is the beginning of your new chapter of this abundance. We have Eight of Cups and Ace of Wands, and I'm going to read the energy. So here we have the Hermit, and you can see the light, and this is what I'm being drawn to, is your light. I feel like in this Hermit mode, you've had to go into Hermit mode. You had to protect your energy. You had to protect your space. You were just so tired. You were so tired of the heaviness. You truly knew that there was something more to life than what you were experiencing. You knew that this couldn't be your entire life. I feel like you just always wanted to get away, to go far away. I always wanted to get one of those vans and then just take the boys and just go way out in the forest somewhere and just live in nature. And I feel like for a lot of you, we wanted that same thing, just to get far away, just to have something completely new. You don't want to be disturbed. You don't want to feel anybody else's energy. I feel like you've taken on a lot of people's energy. You're very sensitive when it comes to energy. When somebody's sad, you can feel it. When somebody's happy, you can feel it. When somebody's angry, you can feel it. And I feel like you felt a lot of anger from others in your life. And you felt like you needed to fix it. You felt like you needed to mend it. Or somehow that you were going to be responsible for their happiness. You were going to be responsible for their view on things. I feel like you did everything you possibly could to help lift those around you. And this could even be family members as well, because I feel like since you were younger, you felt very responsible to make sure that everybody was happy and that there was peace. You tried very hard to create this energy of peace because you knew what it was like to have this chaotic energy. So you had to go within because you absorbed so much in this lifetime. And I feel like with the Eight of Cups, like this is you walking towards your blessing. This is you walking away from what caused so much pain. And this is where the rebirth comes in. There was a chapter in your life where you felt like it was never ending. For some, it was your entire life, where you were putting out one fire and then another one started. You were putting out that fire and then another one started. And you're just so tired. You're tired of fighting. You're tired of having to be the one that had to fix things, that had to be responsible for everything around you. And you're ready. You're ready for something different. This is why you're walking towards the light. You're walking towards the sunshine. You're walking towards this new energy, this new frequency, your true divine blessings, your security, your stability, where you no longer have to live in this hermit mode, where you no longer are going to be subjected to darkness or having to absorb very toxic people's energy, being responsible for their emotions. With the Ace of Wands, this is bringing me definitely to an energy. You are extremely intuitive. You just have this knowing. You've always had this knowing since you were younger. You knew that you were different. You knew that you didn't come here, like you just weren't born here and this is your life. Like you knew that there was something different about you. You felt like there was a part of you that couldn't fit in because you just felt so different from others. You enjoyed playing. You enjoyed good times in life. You wish there was more of them. But there was a lot more sadness than there was happiness. There was a lot more pain than there was pleasure. And you always tried to be the best version of you, always. You always gave 1,000%. You held on to certain memories that felt good, just to try to erase some of the bad. I feel like you gave this life up until this point 1,000%. You didn't quit, you didn't give up, and there was a reason for that. It was like, you see the fire within you. You knew that there was something different. You knew just to keep going. Even when things got so tough, you knew not to quit. You may have felt like you didn't even have a choice, but there was some type of fire within you that kept pushing you to keep going, even though it felt very alone, even though it felt like you were standing in darkness constantly, and the only light surrounding you was truly your own light from within. You got through a lot of pain. You have a way where you can take an emotion and not let it drown you. It's like you can just kind of change your emotion. So something happens, you understand it, you deal with it, and then it just kind of stayed buried. And I feel like you just buried all of these emotions, and then you just always showed the world this beautiful light of who and what you are. It's like you didn't come into the world and just be this angry, vindictive, mean person. You came into this life. You experienced a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of heartache. You were always under attack. But you had this knowing that something would be different. So you took all of that emotion and you just kind of buried it. And when you're alone, that's when these emotions come up. You couldn't understand why. Why does life have to be so heavy? Why does it have to be so painful? You carried so much, but look at the fire within you. The divine is changing everything now. I feel like you're truly being activated. All of your chakras, all of your spiritual gifts. This is the time, this is your rebirth, where your blessings come forth. This is the rebirth, where your abundance in this overflow comes in. That the divine is giving this to you. You have a lot of security, you have a lot of stability, and this is why you didn't give up. You knew somehow, some way, you didn't know it was going to be this massive amount of abundance. You had no clue it was going to be a life filled with peace, but you knew somewhere along the line in your lifetime, it couldn't always go on like this. There has to be something more. And this is where you're at right now. You are completely in this brand new chapter, this rebirth. What messages do we have for the chosen ones? Look at the star. You always come out as the sun or the star, but look at this light that you're carrying. I feel like with the star, you've been praying for something different. I feel like your entire life. You've been asking God, why you? Why does life have to feel this way? Why does it have to be so heavy? Why did I have to experience what I experienced? I feel like you recognize love in other people and other situations. For some, even the television, where it was like, that's what love is supposed to feel like. That's what happiness looks like. You had to see everything from a distance. And you would ask God, why? Why me? Why does it have to be so hard? Why do I get blamed for everything? You always had this connection with the divine. And the divine is showing you, look, we're connected. I'm protecting you. You're safe. You have a line to the divine. I feel like you're closer to the divine than anybody. I feel like you receive a lot of downloads. You receive a lot of information. Your intuition is so strong. It's like you have this knowing, and it starts in your lower chakra. When something bad's going to happen during the day, you know it beforehand. You could feel it. The divine has this line of communication right to you. You're very connected. You're very connected to source. You're very, very gifted. What messages do we have for the chosen ones, please? Look at the Empress. Okay, 9 of Swords. I feel like even in your toughest times, even in your toughest struggles, the divine was always looking over you, making sure that you were protected. There's a reason why you survived, because I feel like there was a lot of energies. There were people that had very dark attachments that were truly targeting you. They wanted the end for you. It's like your light activated their darkness, and it just got projected at you, but there's nothing they could do. You've always been divinely protected. You may have been suffering from this fear, this anxiety, this sadness your entire life. You've just wanted peace. This is you. With your head in your hands. Just give me peace. Just let me feel safe. Let me feel secure. Let me get ahead in life. And this is where the divine is coming in, allowing you to feel this security, this safety, this stability, this harmony. This is why the harmony card came out. There's harmony coming into your life. There's so much balance being restored. You are the Empress. Okay, the Empress always represents this abundance. You've been so nurturing, and look at, here's this connection with the moon. You're a healer in this lifetime. Your light was so desperately needed. You've changed the world. And again, this is representing the rebirth. You've done way more, I feel like, than what you realize. Your presence alone transmutes negative energy. Your love, your unconditional love, nobody can love like you, has changed the hearts of many, many. I feel like you're help awakening those all around you now, because right now there's this shift that's happening, and you're help awakening these souls here on this planet to bring in more light, to get that darkness far away, because you know what it's like. You've lived in it. You've experienced it. And because you feel everything, you felt it very, very heavily. It wasn't just like, oh, well, that's just them. It's like you took it to heart. That you truly are this divine being, this beautiful light that has changed this planet. Okay, I want to use another deck here. What messages do we have for the chosen ones, please? Okay. And then we'll do a closeout card. Okay, so here we have the Tower, and this is representing the change that's falling away in your life. There are people that are falling away, people that cause chaos in your life, people that cause a lot of trauma. This could even be family members. I feel like for a lot of you, you're even moving because you need that change. You want that fresh energy, that fresh start. And I definitely feel like those that have tried to harm you, They're experiencing the chaos that they tried to inflict in your life. All of that is coming back towards them. Not that you wish it. It's just the cause and effect. It's the law of the universe of how it happens. What you put out is what you receive back. You put out love. You put out light. You put out peace. You put out balance. You've changed that darkness into light, and all of that is coming back to you tenfold. There's so much change happening in your life. I feel like physically you're going through all of these changes. Even the way that you look. Some days you may feel like, oh my gosh, what happened? And then other days it's like, okay, I'm coming back to the way that I feel better. Everything is changing around you, energetically, spiritually, physically. There's so much change. You're moving away from the chaos. You're moving away from the pain. It's literally all falling away. With the 9 of Wands, okay, this is bringing me to like an inner child. I feel like you buried your inner child so deep within to protect that inner child. That inner child has experienced things that most people should not. And you've done everything you possibly can. And now you're going back in. And it's like you're saving this child. So do you see the house on fire? You see everything burning around? And it's like, okay, let me just protect and save this inner child. I feel like you're going back in and you're infusing your inner child with love. And if you're not, maybe that's a message. Let me go within. Let me infuse that inner child with the unconditional love that truly resides within you. And that's going to help heal many versions of you. You're a multidimensional being living in multiple dimensions. And the more that you heal this version, it's going to heal layers within you in multiple dimensions. Yeah, I definitely feel like there was a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of chaos. And you always had to be the one that was the protector. That was the strong one. That was the survivor that could handle anything. But truly inside, you just felt like you were crumbling. The weight of the world was so heavy on you. You've carried a lot of burdens. But you definitely had to protect your inner child. And you've done everything you possibly can. This hasn't not been an easy journey for you. Look at, we have the Hangman. You sacrificed so much. You sacrificed your happiness, your joy, for a lot of you, even your childhood. Okay, I'm brought to a very important message. This was the sacrifice. Let me experience this pain. Let me bring in love. Let me bring in light. Let me try to rebalance the energy. Let me show people what unconditional love feels like. Let me show people what safety, security, responsibility, taking ownership is like. You were that mirror of light. You were that mirror of love. It's like you were that mirror of God to so many people. So you sacrificed a huge portion of your life. And now you're in this rebirth. So now everything changes. Now everything comes together. Now you have this security, this overflow from the divine of stability, harmony, peace, and love. Okay, let's do a closeout card. I could go on for an hour and a half, but we won't because it would take 4 days to upload. What messages do we have for the chosen ones? Okay. Look how beautiful this is. Your soul will find those who you are meant to experience life with. So know that you are going to connect with the right people, with beautiful beings of light, just like yourself. You're no longer going to be in this hermit mode. You're no longer going to be in this isolation. You are going to be celebrating life with happiness, with joy, with this abundance, this security, this stability, to truly enjoy life, to go out and do things and not have to worry about protecting your energy, not have to worry about that you're going to encounter some type of darkness or that somebody's going to hurt you or attack you. You're going to have happiness. Literally, you're going to be celebrating joy. And this reminds me of like on May Day, with that pole, and one goes under, one goes over, where you're just going to be truly celebrating life The light within you truly activates the light within others, and all of that light is coming back to you. Okay, you guys, here is your message, sending you so much love and so much light. And I'm sorry, Newton has been snoring this almost the entire time, but he loves you guys. And I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing, for all of your donations, all of your beautiful comments to the boys. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. I love you, and we'll see you in our next video.